Welcome to The Morning Clam. This is episode 3, and I'm here in the rehearsal studio of Cosmo 3, and they're going to talk about their new album called Making Ants. So without any further ado, let's have everyone introduce themselves.
Hi, firstly, I'd like to thank The Morning Clam for having us on this podcast. And my name is Robert Orris. I'm the singer, songwriter, guitar player for Cosmo 3.
Brian here, I play bass for Cosmo 3. I'd like to say thanks a lot too, and I'm here to actually find out where we're going with the band as well. So maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm drummer of Cosmo 3. I don't speak English very well, so I speak very short. Done.
What's your name for the record?
Chief Han.
I'm going to ask you guys a bunch of questions. I hope you guys are ready. I noticed that it's kind of a tradition for rock rehearsal to drink. So this is the first time we've actually had alcohol on the set of The Morning Clam. So kind of excited.
What's up?
Yeah, cheers. So how long have you guys been together in a band?
The three of us have been together probably close to 2 years. The band probably started maybe seven years ago.
So what type of music is Cosmo 3? What genre would you stick it in if you had to?
Just a rock and roll band, right?
You're a 3-piece rock band, right?
Yeah, a 3-piece rock and roll band. Yeah, I think that we have a very vintage-esque kind of sound, a classic rocky kind of sound with modern sensibilities, maybe.
But to get the real answer to that question, you got to come and see Cosmo 3 perform. Yeah.
Right. Then we'll
or
find the answer
just listen to the music. Right?
Sure,
That's a
sure.
really good answer.
So what are your biggest influences? I think each person should answer this question.
For me, I influenced everything
Metal church.
Yeah,
just kidding.
80s
No,
metal
just
is my most big influence, and 70s Italian music, and a little bit of jazz, like Miles Davis.
I'm really influenced by, I play bass, so I'm really influenced by the magnetic field of the earth, and also the silence of the trees. And they give me the most inspiration for creating bass lines to support the bottom end of the band.
Do you have any musical influences?
Or is he just under the influence?
Yeah, musical influences. I'm quite promiscuous with my music. I'll listen to yours if you listen to mine, but I won't listen to hip hop unless it's Dre or Eminem or something like that. It took me a while to get used to that, but I grew up on Guns N' Roses, and I would say that as a main influence. I like Duff on the bass. I'm also quite influenced and quite inspired by the Beatles and Paul McCartney's bass lines, and he's quite melodic in what he does.
And what would you say your biggest musical influences
Yeah,
are?
music influences. I would say definitely, without a doubt, hands down, the Beatles, the Stones, Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan. I think is an amazing songwriter. Neil Young.
Well, that brings me to the question of what is your songwriting process? Is one of you the driving force, or is it a collaboration, or how does it work?
Generally, I write the songs for the band, and I usually write them in private, and I usually lay down a basic structure and have some ideas, and I present them to these guys, and then we work with them.
That brings me to my next question: is what do you like to write about? You said you're always in private when you're writing, and what is your topic of your subject, I guess?
Well, I read a lot, I listen to a lot of music, and I observe a lot. When I was in New York, I would write about things that I might see or experience or feel in New York. I've been in Korea for a long time, and now, You know, there's things that piss me off. You know, beautiful things as well. You know, I've had a lot of great relationships, a lot of great interactions. I also think there's some songs have some social commentary that could be very, you know, relevant, whether I was in New York or whether I was here in Korea.
What is the music scene like in Seoul?
There's a lot of bands in the underground, especially in Hongdae area. There's a lot of bands, but it's different from like a broadcast, like a K-pop. It's a kind of culture, the underground culture. There's a lot of kind of live club, and a lot of band. Any kind of music they play. There's a lot of kind of music. Not only rock, not only kind of folk rock. It's just any kind of music. There's even hip hop. They play hip hop in underground.
I think the underground music scene has such variety of musicians that are quite talented, extremely talented, but they are at polar opposites of K-pop, and these are the bands that you won't hear on the radio. And someone might ask me, a student or a friend, like, what's your favorite Korean band, and I'll rattle off a bunch of names of bands I know, but nobody knows them.
Yeah.
Because they're not on the radio, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In the previous incarnation of our band, we had one of my old students, and he was a wicked guitar player, very awesome. He went by the name of Iron, and he's an awesome songwriter, awesome addition to our band. Unfortunately, he's not here with us now, but he tried to make it as like a labeled musician in Korea, but he went to auditions and they loved his music, but he wasn't tall.
Wasn't tall enough.
He wasn't tall enough.
We love your music, but you're not tall.
Yeah, and this guy, I swear, I said all the time, Seoul needs you.
You're right.
You are the sound, like it needs you, but it was based on height and looks and appearance, and that's what's filtered through the radio. That's what everyone knows. And that's what I don't know, because I don't listen to the radio that much. I go to clubs and listen to live rock.
It's question of music, and that what is the music? It's question about what is the music, because K-pop is not. I feel it's good. It's not good music. It's good product, kind of product. They invest their money, and they research, marketing, and everything. And they produce music, but usually music come from our heart, human beings' heart, but they just product.
At the end of the show, I like to ask you another question, and let me phrase this question very specifically. What's your dream guitar?
My dream guitar, I pretty much play. It's something that I wanted for a long time. I got it for present for myself after grad school. It's a Gibson Les Paul. Got it. End of story.
I have a good bass guitar. I really love it. I'm thinking Rickenbacker bass guitar. I like the Fender. I don't even know what it is. It's Pro Jazz bass. But I'm really interested in switching my low-level sounds and the mid and high-range sounds through different cabinets.
I just want to have a DW pedal and a bunch of Turkish paste handmade cymbals.
I want to thank you guys for being on The Morning Clam. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it for being
awesome.
on.
All right.
And thank you, Morning Clam, for having us.
Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.